Hi, welcome to my channel, From Blazer to Apron. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Maybe you found this because you were looking up how to do job interview tips and things I know. But if you're used to my channel, if you're a subscriber, welcome back. I hope you enjoy this video. Maybe you'll find it helpful. I have a lot to say, so I'm going to use note cards. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So I have a job interview today. So I found tips when I went to do my first interview. This is my second interview, and I found those really helpful, and it helped me, I believe, to be successful to be able to do this second interview. So I wanted to share these tips with you. I'm just going to go ahead and get started today. So this video is for job seekers or those that are planning to go to an interview. Like I said, today I'm going to a second interview for a job I applied for a few weeks ago. I feel like these tips are tried and true, and they have helped me to be successful. Tip number 1, create a LinkedIn account. LinkedIn is a networking app that connects job seekers with employers and companies. That is how I found the position that I applied for and initially went in for an interview. You set it up kind of like Facebook, and you can interact, share posts, and it's really important because you can find a position. All these employers are out looking. They have their human resource managers putting positions on LinkedIn so they can find the most qualified candidates. And you can set up your preferences based on what you went to college for, the position you're looking for, the location you want to be in, and so you will only see those positions within that area. It's very easy to set up, and it's a great way to meet contacts within a company that you want. Building up a professional relationship or knowing someone in a company is a great way to help you stand out from your competition. Tip 2 is to create a real well thought out resume and cover letter. I cannot stress enough how important a cover letter is. Use it as a way to tell your story and sell yourself and your abilities. Then find a way to link your abilities to some area of the company or the position. For example, I was working for an engineering firm, and the company that I applied for is also an engineering firm. So I felt like it was very important to link those two and connect. Even though there were two different types of engineering, I found a way to connect my knowledge and my skill set to let them know that I'm used to this position, I'm used to this type of company and this structure and layout. I also wanted them to know how hard I worked during college. I worked full-time at the position I have now, and I worked as a full-time student. So I really wanted them to see how hard I work, and I brought all of that out of my cover letter, but I also tailored it to fit this specific company and this specific role. I also made sure that introduced the letter. I put a contact with the company, which was the human resource manager. I found their address, and I had all of that listed out personally, so they would know I took time to really learn their company and their needs and their desires. Tip number 3, do your research on the company and the position. Look up their mission. Look up their executives, who they are, what they've accomplished. Look up projects they have completed. Find a way to relate those areas, even if it's just one area that you can find and connect with. Find it, and it will be impressive to the people that's giving you the interview. Look up the duties of the position specifically, and have a plan as to how you will explain your skills and how they can prove that you can do those duties that position fills. Tip number 4, look up possible interview questions. This is something I did the first time I went in for my interview, and I think I looked up 20 questions, and I went ahead and I found out what I would say if those questions were asked. It helped me be so much more confident going in. Even if they don't ask those specific questions, chances are they're going to be very similar, and you will at least already have thought out your professional skills and re-examine and refresh your skills and everything that you have done thus far to make you ready for this role. It made me, like I said, it made me feel so much more confident going in, and I feel like it would really help you as well. Some of the questions were actually asked. I think there were one or two that I looked up that they did ask me, and you don't want it to sound like you had it memorized, but at least it will help you be more comfortable and not so nervous when they ask you those questions. Tip number 5, have a small list of questions for yourself. Make sure these questions are you're generally concerned about these questions, not just something to make you look good or make them impressed with you. For example, if you're going to be working in payroll, ask how many people are employed. That's important. That lets you know how many people you're going to be over payroll for. If asked if they like for example, whenever I went in for my interview, one question I always ask is, do they see anything that's potentially threatening to the longevity of the company? Because I have been working for a company where it was in the oil field and it went down and that office closed. So I lost my job, and it was okay situation, but I always ask that question because I need to know before going in that I'm not going to invest 5 years in this company and then they shut down and I won't have a place to go. Keep the questions simple, and if you find a point in the interview that you can ask the question, go ahead and ask it. And if not, at the end they'll usually ask you if you have any questions, and then you can go ahead and ask, and that will make them really impressed that you asked. Tip number 7, this is my last tip. Enjoy and relax. Enjoy the situation is what I mean. This is the hardest part, but just remember that they are the ones that need a professional. The more confident and comfortable you feel going in, the more they will be able to pick up on that, and they will be more comfortable as well. The first time I went in, I was thinking that I was just going to be calm, enjoy getting to know successful people, and be myself. I knew that if it didn't work out, at least it was a learning experience that I could learn and prepare for the next time, and evaluate what I did wrong, what I wish I would have done differently. So this is not the end of the road. You should go in and be as prepared as possible, and be impressive, but don't feel so scared that you're going to jeopardize it, you're going to ruin your chances. I feel like everyone always feels after an interview, I know I did the first time, that I was just not what they were looking for. I didn't have the experience that they needed. But don't sell yourself short, and go in there with confidence, and just know that there's always something else. There's always going to be a next time, and you can learn from this experience and grow. So that's all the tips I have. I hope that you found them helpful. I hope that you will replay this list and you will gain confidence, do your research, make that cover letter, update your resume. There's resources out there that you can go to. I know at my university in the Career Center, we had someone that would read over your resume. They were more than happy to help you. So go to the library, go somewhere where a professional can sit down with you, look over your skills, look over the way you have everything worded, and can help you. This will take your career search to a whole new level. Whenever I sat down and I wrote that cover letter, I got more callbacks from that one simple step than I have ever got from just applying for a job and submitting a resume alone. So I really encourage you, create that LinkedIn account. While you're doing that, start putting your name out there, start asking questions, reaching out to those human resource people, send in your resume, send in your cover letter, explain who you are. You have something to offer, and you need to make that clear to them. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you will subscribe. I'm a channel that I show how as a mom I balance a home life and a work life. And I'm going to have a lot of videos where I give tips on cleaning and also career-based tips. So if you like this video, I hope you will subscribe and you'll continue to follow me on this journey. Bye, y'all.